Hey everybody! Today we are going to work with some pine cones. So if you live in a place where you have easy access to pine cones, get you some and let's get crafting. Okay, I'm going to use 3 pine cones. Starting with this first one, I'm going to cut out a little V-shaped chunk, paint it. I've already done the little pink one the same way. Now I'm just going to start shredding off parts of this other pine cone because we're going to use these pieces to make the wings, the beak, I guess you call it a gobbler. So I'm going to take some of these big pieces and line them up until I think they're long enough for some wings. And I'm going to glue those together and do the same for the other side. And then for the little pink one, I'm going to use the little tiny pieces at the top of the pine cone. I'll show you that here in a second. So there's one wing. Now you see these little tiny pieces? I'm going to do just like I did with the big pieces, but I'm just going to use the little pieces to make some little tiny wings for my owl. So I'm just going to get a couple together, put 3 or 5, ought to be big enough for a wing. Now I'm getting some of these little pieces to put together to make a little beak. You see, you just flip them opposite sides together. Now for the bigger beak, I'm just going to use the bigger pieces. Now everything's going to get painted. I have my little gobbler. I didn't show you, but over to the right, those are little gobblers. I made 2 different ones because I'm not sure which size I'm going to use. And then the little mohawk looking thing that goes on top of the chicken. And then I just sorted them by what they're getting painted. Above are the beaks, above on the right. Those are all going to get painted yellow. Everything on the bottom right is going to get painted red. And then I've got to paint the wings to match their individual pieces. So now everything got painted except the white wings. I've still got to paint them. Everything else was spray painted, so now I need to get out my regular paint to paint those wings. So now here are my little wings. And I'm using this super glue gel. I'm really loving it. It's getting where I use it for everything. It's inexpensive, it's sturdy, it dries quick. I'm not getting paid to say it. I'm not sponsored. That's just, it's way better than the E6000. Now there's its little mohawk. So I'm just trimming it up so it'll fit, so it'll lay flat on his head. Glue that on. And you can get creative with yours, make it different, a different character. Now I'm going to take this wire. It's really easy to bend wire. And I'm just going to put it up inside that little cavity I made. And then just press it open so it fits nice and snug. And then I'm going to super glue it in there. And then I'll bend the ends up to make the feet. And I also am going to cut off some extra pieces to make a little horseshoe shape to go back around behind that. But the little horseshoe is going to add the other 2 toes to the feet. And then after that all dries, I'm going to make a little hook for the back to make it so it stands up and doesn't fall over. And then just put the little face on. I had several different eyes. Now this little one, I ended up painting it turquoise. I didn't really like the pink after all. And I decided to make him into a little owl. And he's going to get the same treatment. The legs and the feet are done the same way. And then I just got some little Barbie accessories. I have a whole bag of Barbie junk from my granddaughter. And I found him a little hat that suits him. And the little chicken got some glasses. Okay, here's my 2 final projects, what they came out like. And I hope you try it. I hope you make some kind of cute little critters. Have a lot of fun with it. The kids are out of school right now most places, so it's a good thing to do with your grandkids or your kids. Doesn't cost you much. A couple pine cones, some beaded eyes, some old Barbie accessories, and you can make your own little anthropomorphic pine cones. That's it for today. Please leave a comment, at least a like. I would really appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.